Now you're going to use the students to set up a real life scenario where you try to find the double of a very big number. And I think this is really powerful because they're going to be engaged in some very sophisticated mathematics, but I actually think they're going to do a great job at it. And part of that comes from having a really authentic context and also having let students share out their strategies for several days now, right? So we're going to play our game again. There's the shoes. You're letting them do their quick images and tell you how many they see, all of that. Now we're getting into the meat lesson. Today, everyone's going to get an index card. I want you to draw your favorite pairs of shoes on the index card. And, I mean, that took you 10 seconds to do. You let them work for not that long because this, I mean, they're taking it and they're drawing, you know, boots. It's not that big of a deal, okay? So don't let them work too long. Now, let's make sure we have a card for everyone. How many people are in class today? And at this point, you might want to use a roster, even a roster that you plan to hand out to them where you, like, cross off kids' names. If you have it somewhere in your room, you could use that to count up how many kids are in the class and how many cards you have, and verifying that you have a card for everyone and establish. So we have, you know, 24 cards. That means we have 24 pairs of shoes. And you're holding that stack of index cards on your side, right? Here's your job. I want you to go back to your seat, and I want you to tell me how many shoes are drawn on the cards altogether. If you need to, you can use Unifix cubes, a hundreds chart, our double number line, even a class list. You're going to have all these tools kind of available for them to choose from and use because they're using their own brain to solve, right? The double number line is like this thing that you guys did way back where you did that and it was all labeled. You might have a picture of that for them. You could have your hundreds chart for them with the numbers circled, right? You can have some Unifix cubes. All of this, give to them. We have 24 pairs of shoes. How many shoes do we have? And you're not really giving them any guidance. Now is a real work time. They really, really, really have to work. And you're not actually going to have any time for discourse on this day. You're only going to have enough time to let them work for a while and then ask them to put their ideas on a math poster so that the next day you can go over it. So on this day, you're basically setting up a scenario, asking them to work, and then asking them to present their work in a way that their teammates are going to understand. And this is really great metacognition. And this is really the first time we've asked our kindergartners to do this, but it's something that they have to be able to do as they get older and older, right? Is not just come up with an answer, but really think about how are they going to represent that answer in a way that other people can understand. So really structure this time for them, right? Give them lots of warnings and countdowns about how to get their answer, and then hand out the poster paper. And again, structure that time. And also help them be comfortable with if they make a mistake on their poster, it's no big deal. Put a post-it over it, that kind of thing. And then you're going to use those posters for the next day. So let me go to the next day. The next day, it's a bit different. You start by walking around the classroom and letting kids look at each other's posters. So that's our gallery walk. The cool thing about doing it in this way is you're letting them work, right, in lesson, what is this, lesson, 169, and they're all going to generate their ideas, and you're going to see who has wrong and right answers for this tough problem. You're going to see who has clear strategies, who's least to most sophisticated, and then you're basically going to get to have discourse and listening to teammate strategies. This is very much like CGI, right? You present a problem, students work, and then you have discourse. The cool thing is that this is happening in lesson 169, and this is happening in 170. So you actually have some time right here overnight to really think about the 2 or 3 strategies you're going to have kids share so that everybody can really listen. Now, here's the key to this discourse, because, I mean, there's really not much to it. Right? They come in the next day, they're going to walk around and you're going to dive in. That sharing out of the strategies should be really fast because then you need to have this conversation and let kids retell what other kids did. That's where the real learning happens, right? A kid repeating what they did just solidifies it for them. So you're going to have the kids share after you've done the gallery walk, but then you're going to have kids discuss. And that's even more important, right? With the remaining time, you're going to play the shoe game, all right? And the way you want to do any game with kids is you really want to model it. And so you're going to play with them, and they're going to watch, and then you'll let them play together. And for this, you're going to need a die, and you're going to need like a piece. They can use their Unifix cubes as their like hopping piece. They just need a number to roll, okay? The die is going to represent the pairs of shoes. And you're going to move your piece for however many shoes that makes, right? So here we go. I roll the die. I get 4. Now, I'm not going to move 4 because that's 4 pairs. Let's see. How could I move? Well, I could go like here's a pair, 1 pair, 2 pairs, 3 pairs, 4 pairs. This is where my piece is going to go. Cool. Now it's your turn. Let somebody in the class roll their die. Ooh, they got 3. How are you going to do this? 3 and 3 make 6. Oh, you want to move 6? Great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they put their piece right here. My turn again. They go down the line and they come back. Right? And that's how they, quote unquote, win. Although this isn't like a contest. It's a cooperative game. We're all trying to help our friends move down the line of shoes. What we roll on the die is the pairs. And then we have to figure out how many shoes that actually is, right? A few tips. Oh, this will appear later. After they play the game, have a quick discourse. What did we notice? We were doubling. How did you double quickly, right? Have that conversation. But this is going to be better if it's printed in color because then you can really see the pairs of shoes. Do you see what I'm saying? This is in the box for you to print out for every kid. So this is a fun day. It's kind of stretched out over 2, and it's really the culmination of our work with doubles. They're going to engage in this problem. Engage in this problem, right? They're going to represent their solution on a poster. You're going to have a gallery walk and discourse, and then they're going to play a game. And hopefully they'll start to get fluent with those doubles facts.